pages of history are written by those who claim victory, controlling minds for 2,000 years, kept us in line by stoking our fears. No longer will we hide who we are. We're stronger together by far. We are witches, we shall rise from the earth into the skies. Unite.
Hey
There.
everyone!
Good.
Okay. There.
It's working! Yay! We're blaming everything on Mercury on retrograde, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the intro played for a few seconds and then decided to take a rest. So yeah, I can't guarantee
saw it
I
all
just
on
come
our
up
end.
and play again. So, but anyway, if it pops up, just jam out to it.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding. So, who do we have
Well,
today,
guys.
sis?
Okay, let me get my bearings here. Okay, it's Monday. Mercury's in retrograde. What can I say? Hopefully, the 23rd will get here soon enough because it needs to. I'm telling you that. First of all, yes, welcome within the Carjan. We have a show tonight. One of my friends, Kayla Pond, just recently went to the Beaumont Inn, a hotel in Kansas. She had a lot of experience that she would like to talk to us about. So I invited our good friends, Brenda and Tim from the Paranormal Gurlz and Tim from Iowa to talk about some of their experience at different hotels and what's new with them as well. So, to further ado, welcome Kayla, Brenda, and Tim.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. Hello.
And Kayla, let's start with you. So, with the Beaumont Hotel, what made you decide you want to go to the Beaumont?
Well, honestly, reading like the history about like the most famous ghost that's been seen there, and the history behind like the founding of it and stuff, and also it was the closest to where I live. It was like legit only like an hour from where I live in Wichita, Kansas, and oh my gosh, it did not disappoint. It was such a great trip.
Oh, I love it. So, was this just recently, like in the last week or so, or when did you go?
It was we went. My mom and a friend of ours and I went last month on the weekend of June 19th to the 21st.
Perfect. Sorry, Chrissy, go ahead.
So, what is the first activity that you witnessed there?
Well, I noticed that when we all went up the stairs and before we went into our hotel room, which is the most haunted hotel room there, room 201, we noticed that like all the digital clocks were unplugged, yet somehow they were all like beeping and saying the same time, 12 noon. And all the clocks there have been known to do that because the cowboy ghost Zeke supposedly likes to do that with the clocks.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What
So
is the
201. Why 201? Why was it? What is it the most haunted about that?
Supposedly, the most infamous ghost there, the cowboy named Zeke, he has been seen in that room quite a bit, and he is known to like move objects on their own, like TV remotes and other things in that room. And his apparition has been seen there in that room a lot.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
Does he have a tie to the hotel, or is it just the land, or?
He actually has a tie. Because back in like 1879, the Beaumont Hotel originally served as a vital stagecoach stop for travelers passing between Wichita and Fredonia. And as the Frisco Railroad expanded, the town became a major shipping hub where cowboys would bring cattle to load onto trains. And during this boom, the establishment functioned as a hotel and a sporting house, brothel to entertain cattle barons. And in the mid 20th century, it eventually adapted to like aviation. The grass landing strip was installed, became a flying destination where pilots and cattle barons would land their, bioplanes right on Main Street. And during the time that it was a brothel, this cowboy named Zeke was supposedly an alleged lover of one of the women that worked at the hotel. And when the woman's husband discovered the affair, he murdered and killed Zeke in a fit of rage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Zeke was actually murdered there in the hotel where it still stands today.
In that room that you stayed in.
Yes.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. That's pretty cool.
Right?
Wow.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is. Any other activity that you witnessed while you was there?
Oh yeah, for sure. In like, so there was this patio, patio with like closed windows with AC, and all like upstairs, especially in our room 201, I would always sometimes feel like what felt like a rush of cold air just sometimes go through my body. And the 2 nights that I stayed there, 2 different times. One when I was awake during one of the days I was up there by myself, and another night I was trying to sleep in the night. I noticed that this empty styrofoam cup that wouldn't have otherwise been able to have done this by itself because it was like, stable on top of the AC unit in the room. But 2 different times I actually heard it and saw it. But the styrofoam cup, 2 different times on 2 different days, Friday and Saturday, mysteriously just was knocked off the AC and fell onto the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, and my mom actually brought a spirit box, and we tried it out for the first time because it was our new ghost equipment. And oh boy, we got some interesting things on the spirit box. So supposedly, Zeke is a lover of women, so we were just goofing around and pretending to hey Zeke, we got some ladies here in the room. You want to come and say hi and introduce yourself? And this guy voice in 2 different things. Well, one said through the radio of the spirit box, "Great show," and I want to see that. And then a female voice appeared right after that and said, we were thinking, as she was saying it to the male spirit, "asshole."
Ooh.
Whoa.
I see.
And also one of the times I was in the bathroom in our hotel room, I legit saw what looks like the silhouette of a hand put itself right in front of the door.
Oh,
And
wow.
cool.
That's incredible.
And the last 2 experiences we had was our friend who was sitting in one of the chairs in the room one day she felt what she compared it to like something slapped her across the face.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
And
Aggressive.
and I gotta say, probably the most interesting thing of all, besides the spirit box, is one day my mom was taking a quick nap in the bed, and she swears she felt like what felt like the body weight of someone pressing down on the mattress and sitting down on the bed right next to her.
You think
And
that
there
was
was no one there.
Do you think that was Zeke sitting next to her?
Definitely, most
Wow.
definitely.
That's incredible. I
Yeah.
can't believe
That
that.
is.
She got asshole.
I know, right? It's like, wow. Wow.
Exactly, Brenda.
She don't think very highly of him.
No, clearly not.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
So
Yeah.
Well, it's not
the
too
one
far
that
from me. I might have to take a trip down there.
right. So the one that was slapped, was there any red marks or anything from that?
No, it was more like a rush of like cold air kind of slaps like the side of her face, like by her hair, and there was no red mark.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
That, I never even heard of this location before, or that it was even haunted. So
I didn't either until I found it in a Google search.
Do they have any
Wow.
other
Yeah.
entities that haunt the location, or is this just primarily Zeke that kind of has capitalized on the location? And he goes,
Mostly from what we've heard, it's the Cowboy Zeke, but supposedly there's also the spirit of a little boy there, except we didn't encounter the spirit of a little boy at all.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a hotel in Douglas where there's the owner of the hotel rode his horse through the lobby way and up the stairs, but so people will see a horse and a rider in the lobby, but never had a cowboy that kind of monopolized the entire building. That's pretty wild.
right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Real.
Yes. That is crazy. I had a cowboy who came out of a wall at times when we were sleeping to jump on our bed and get off our bed, and you can hear his boots and everything. Harmless. He just wanted to go out and party and stuff and come back in, I guess. So, but it's
You were in his
crazy.
bed.
So-
You were in his bed.
Oh, my bad. I was at first. So, Brenda and Tim, have you guys ever been at a hotel that was haunted?
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, I get to start. Well, first of all, I'd like to comment on Kayla. That sounds like a very aggressive spirit when you was in the room with. That's kind of unique for them to be that aggressive in that moment in a time. So I had not known about this Beaumont Hotel either, but that's pretty intense to think that something. I'm curious to know if I stayed in there, would I get the same reactions compared to a woman staying in there? So I'm kind of curious if something like that would go on. So, have I ever stayed in a hotel that was bad? I sure have. So there's a hotel in Forsyth, Missouri. It's about 12 miles north of Branson, and it's privately owned now, but at the time it was empty. It had been abandoned since 1994. Yes, activity there was off the charts. Let's put it speaking that way. Footsteps running beside you, black shadows. Figures, apparitions, growling at you out of thin air.
Wow.
There's a security light that'd be in a room. All of a sudden, the whole room would go dark and the security light never went out. So there was a lot of aggressive activity there as well. White mist flying by. doors opening and closing without you hear the doors slamming, no doors on the rooms, figures running down hallways, shooting into other rooms. A hellhound appeared in front of us twice. And so, and
Whoa.
to back up that claim, the local police used to use this hotel for clearing purposes for training. And the deputy sheriff was up on the top floor trying to clear the building up by himself. A dog appeared in front of him from the hallway. He felt threatened and he shot at the dog to get it away from him. Went down the hallway, and there was a bullet hole where he shot. The dog wasn't
Oh,
there.
wow.
So we have backup claims that other people saw these dogs in this hotel. And to this day, we think they were hellhounds. People live in this hotel. I don't know how they do it to this day. I have no clue. But there's a lot of history of high school kids going there. 5 deaths in a year from kids that visit that hotel. Is it linked to it? I don't know. They were all in there shortly before that. So there's a lot that goes on with this place. I recommend you don't go there. I stay away from this hotel. Absolutely do not go there. I do not know how the people live there. But we got a lot of activity. We got a lot of footage. We got a lot of just shadows running everywhere and people talking, and it was a lot of activity, a lot. I've been a paranormal investigator 3 years, and you know how you get over your head on things? Well, yeah, I was over my head on that one. So if I were to go back today, it'd be a lot better at what I was doing. Yeah, exactly. So yes, been to a bad hotel. Been to a hotel that had activity, yes.
What was the kind of the
think it's
history
two.
behind the entities? I mean, did you find out who the entities were, or was there any research on that you found out? Because you're like the researcher, you know all that stuff.
We did a lot of research on this building. So they built the dam there. So the river is called Bull Run, and so the Bull Run Lake, Bull Run Dam, and the hotel was built for the people that actually built the dam. They stayed there. We found all the history on it being a hotel, 3 floors tall. We found the workers stayed there at the hotel during the dam was built. Later, it became still remained a hotel. And they say they had a brothel on the 3rd floor. I don't know why we're finding all these places that had brothels in them one time or another. So apparently, I don't know what's going on there. But later on, it became a nursing home, and it was a hospital for a while, and a doctor ran his private residence out of there for the longest time. He was the last one to be in the building, had patients in the room. The history of the entities that were there, we had eyewitness accounts and testimony of people who had been in the building. They told us they were playing with a Ouija board out in front of the building. They had chess pieces on it, and we were messing around with it. The chess pieces started to glow, came to life, and started running across the board. They claimed that dark forces or dark entities started coming out of the board, and that's how they think it was there. That was one story that we got. This Ouija board that they had, they went down and threw it in the lake. They were on their way home, and it wound up in the back of the car. They took it home and tried to bury it. They put it in their yard and buried it, and then no one's seen the Ouija board to this day that I'm aware of. That was one of the biggest claims that we had. We think these entities, somebody had been in there not doing. But this building had been abandoned since 1994 and had been abandoned. We was in 2016. Homeless people were in there. Kids would go in there from the high school. A lot of people went in and out of this building. So we don't know the exact cause of why the building was so haunted. We have no actual factual base clue of why it was. I will tell you one story that happened to me while I was there. We were there at 4:00 in the afternoon. We're walking through the building trying to set up the place or figure out where to put cameras, what we're going to do, how we're going to investigate. We're up on the 3rd floor. Some of the patients' rooms are still there, and the names are above the door. Some door numbers were there. The place is being remodeled. Walls were torn out. There's no ceiling. They were turned into a bed and breakfast is what they were going to do. Matter of fact, the name of the place is the Honeymoon Hotel Bed and Breakfast. So they were going to, so they were going to try to bring it up to date and make it this bed and breakfast. So a lot of construction was going on. electricians and workers wouldn't go back in the building because they would go in and work. They'd hear stories or sounds. They would hear footsteps. They would hear people talking. They'd go downstairs and come back for lunch. All their tools would be moved or lost. They couldn't find them. So people would not go back in and work. They just left their tools there to this day. But
Wow.
one thing that happened to me was up on the third floor, stand in front of this doorway, and my phone rings. And I look at the number, and I'm thinking, I don't know this number. I'm not going to answer like most people, right? So it goes through its ringing process. Oh, I have Michael Myers as my ringtone, so it really sounded cool in the
Love it.
So we go through this, right? And I didn't answer it. Well, turn around and the phone rang again. I thought, man, did I call somebody? Was I trying to get a hold of somebody? So I answered the phone. And this guy on the other end had this growly voice. And he goes, hey, what do you want? And I go, what do you want? Well, you called me. I go, no, I didn't call you. Sorry. And he gets kind of angry with me. He said, no, you called me. What do you want? And his voice is growly, I'm like, I didn't call you. I'm sorry. And he goes, well, what are you doing? So I told him we was investigators, where we were, what we were doing. We were doing a documentary. I said, I'm sorry. I did not call you. And he goes, yes, you did. You called me. What do you want? And he kept getting mad and angry. And I said, hey, sorry. This went on for like a minute, right? Well, I got my friend Roseanne and her husband standing next to me in the hallway. They're hearing the whole conversation. And I said, I'm sorry. I go, okay, what's your name? And he goes, Lee. And I went, Lee, I apologize. I do not know why you got called by my phone. I have no idea. Then finally I got him convinced, and he was still mad and angry, but he hung up. My friend Roseanne said, hey, Tim, look at the name above the door. And guess what the name was above the door? Lee. On the patient above the door. That is a true story. Looked at my phone, and my phone did dial. They tried calling this number, and I did not do it. That's a true story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
when you have vacant
That's amazing.
buildings, when you have
Yeah.
vacant buildings like that, you can never tell quite exactly what is being conjured or manifested in
Correct.
those locations. So yeah, it's true. Or even
Oh, well.
overdose of deaths, things like that can occur that lingers on. So yeah, very true.
That sustains him.
correct.
Yeah.
And I was with another paranormal group at the time, and we did a public investigation. We took like 20 people in this building, not knowing that this was all happening in this building at the time. We had no clue. And we went in there, and they were seeing dark shadows, hearing the footsteps. They were hearing everything there was. We would actually on the third floor hear hymns being sung backwards. That was happening in this building. If you went outside in the park and you went in the area, you would see faces in trees that would glimmer at you. One time I was out there and I saw this face, and I felt like I was underwater, like the air was real heavy. And I'm reaching up like this, like I'm trying to grab the air because I thought I could. And my friends came up and walked to me and said, Tim, you all right? I go, I'm fine. He goes, no, you're not. You're up there trying to grab the air. I thought I was trying to pull air. That was that heavy. I could feel it. So, yes, I recommend that you do not go there. I haven't been back. 2016,
You don't want to go back.
not really.
Wow.
I would.
Brenda, were you there
But-
too?
No. No,
Wow.
he would not take me to that location.
Well, I
And
can
I'm like
surprise.
I'm like, that's fine because I don't want to go to that location.
There
There
was-
was other things that happened.
I'm not going to talk. There's other things that happened there that were even worse than that, and I'm really not going to go into that because it has a personal resonance with me and a family member that was there at the
Mhm.
time. So,
Wow.
And so I
Yeah.
was like, yep, not going. Don't want to. Can't
Yeah.
make me.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. Yeah.
Can't make me. No way.
Yeah.
For me, as far as actually staying in a haunted hotel, haven't done it yet on the bucket list. But we investigated another location that was a hotel. Originally, it started out as a residence. Then it turned into a hotel / brothel. Later into a doctor's office, which was a doctor's office from, I don't know, like, I think it was like the 50s up and through 2008 when the current owner took it. And that's the Garnett House Hotel. Lots of different, yeah. I'm thinking brothels were a lot more well known than what we actually really know
Yeah.
or ever heard of. Like it was just there, whatever. But that location in itself has a lot going on in it. Um, there are a lot of dolls scattered throughout. They will be up on curtain rods, up on shelves. There's blocks that are on shelves. Because of the activity that happens, they're there for the purpose of realizing something has happened. So the dolls that are up on top of the curtain rods, they may fall on you, or they may get thrown at you, or they'll be on the floor. We were just there at the beginning of June. Two beach balls were up above wedged in between the top of the cabinet and the ceilings. And we were in the room next to this room. The ball comes out from its space, hit the counter, bounced over into the wall and over into the doorway where Tim was sitting with force. Like, it was loud. He jumped. And when that happened, there were a stack of blocks over in the corner by me on the opposite end of the room fell over at the same time because this little wooden creature fell over and hit the blocks and knocked him down.
Wow.
I was watching Tim's camera, so I knew it was the ball. Like, I saw the ball, and I'm like, hey, it was the ball. We tried to recreate it, and every time Tim put it up, it would just drop and then bounce to the floor. Not one time did it hit that counter and hit that wall with force. Not once. When we were on a tour, there was a block sitting up on top of the door. The block fell off. We were 2 rooms away, and they're like, what was that? And I said, well, it sounded like a block. And so we went and investigated, found this block laying on the floor, went downstairs, came back upstairs. Dolls were off the curtain rods onto the floors in different rooms. There was a teddy bear on the floor. No idea. The owner didn't even know where this teddy bear came from. No idea. Like, he doesn't, he's like, I didn't have it set up anywhere, but this teddy bear was on the floor. The first time we were there, I asked about the resident entity that lives there, that resides there. And when that happened, the floor, there was a loud boom. The floor vibrated under 4 of us. And Tim was in the other room watching, and he saw this doll lift up off the mantle and get thrown behind me at my feet.
Wow.
I'm like 2 feet away from the fireplace. The doll comes on the foot and then drops. And so, like, the boom, the shake, and the doll all happens at the same time.
Wow.
I quickly left that room because I had to process what happened, because I was like, what was that? He's like, the doll's at your feet. And I'm like,
Same here.
Like, I have to process that.
And tell them what kind of doll it was.
It was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh.
And it weighed roughly about 4 pounds. It was a lanky one.
Yeah.
It was Raggedy Ann and Andy, and they both sit up there on the thing. We tried to recreate it. We apologized to her ahead of time, but we were throwing it on the floor, stomping, trying to recreate what had happened, and we couldn't do it. And yes, she got picked up, she got hugged, got told she was sorry. That was the worst moment for me. I'm like, I really don't even want to touch this doll, but like, I'll do it for research sake, but I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, please don't do anything the rest of the night. I'm so sorry. We put her back up there, and she didn't move. The last time we were there in June, never moved. They had swapped places. I don't know if people picked them up and moved them or whatever, but they were not in the same place that they originally was. The entity that is there, nobody really knows who it is or where it came from. It's just there. There are speculations of where it came from and how it became there, but nobody really knows. In this location, though, Belle Starr, Wyatt Earp, Wild Bill Hickok, Jesse James, who is the other Westerner that I'm missing?
Um, uh, um, yeah, I think that's all I can think of right at the moment.
It said that these guys had traveled through this hotel. Harry Houdini stayed at the hotel.
Yeah.
There was a guy by the name of John.
John Brown, the abolitionist during the Civil War.
Yeah.
He was a big abolitionist. He stayed there.
He was there. He actually helped.
Yep. Now he was an abolitionist, so he was big on trying to free the slaves. So he would try to help get slaves move through the Underground Railroad and get to the North for freedom. Yeah.
Right.
The one entity that is said to be there, he was a black guy. He worked for the original homeowners. And you got to realize this was back in 1856.
Mm-hmm.
He was out walking on the road. Supposedly, he took an axe and murdered a mom and her children.
Oh, wow.
Came back, was up in the
wow.
attic. A lynch mob came in. They took him in. They hung him the next day. He confessed to doing it. They don't know if he really did or didn't. But for that time frame, like you're going to take the easy way out, even if he didn't do it.
Right.
So they say that he still lingers around and will occasionally make an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's a lot that happens in there, and
Right.
and there's some entity. I can't remember what his deal was, but his name is David, and he's actually been stated in like several different episodes that I watched. But when we were there in June, we were actually communicating with a David. Like, because I asked who it was, and he said David, and we were actually. So I don't remember what that guy's thing is, but
Yeah, we didn't find that out. I would like to add that same day that the doll got thrown at Brenda, Tonya, another member of our team, we were going upstairs to set up a security camera. We get all the way to the top of the stairs, turn left, and walk into a room. As soon as she walked through that door, a thermometer got thrown off the wall and hit her, literally. We put that thermometer back on the wall.
It went right by her.
And never got it to move. We stomped around. We tried to recreate that. Could not recreate that either. So, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep, it's a crazy
Wow.
location.
So, do you guys want to go with us?
Yeah.
For sure.
Kayla's like, heck yeah.
No, medium red is always up for
Maybe
it.
not to Forsyth, Missouri.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Like,
not to the one that Tim
Only
was
make
talking about.
oh, you want to go to that one, medium red?
I actually would be interested in going both of them. I'm not too scared. I don't think it would be a problem. I have a pretty good protection layer that I can do. In fact, what I do is I protect my team. I actually will put out my energy and actually protect my team members so that they don't get hurt. If anyone gets hurt, it'll be probably more so me than them. Let's put it that way. I'll put myself in the line of fire because I can handle it a lot. I can handle it more so than they can.
Well,
But yeah.
Yeah. I will tell you, in that hotel that I talked about, women get attacked
Yeah.
more than men in that hotel. So,
I could sense that when you were talking about it, that it was more male driven. The entity is more of a male driven entity that is will attack. So yeah.
we had three mediums in there, and they were telling us that this dark entity was split into 17 different ones and fly across the building, and black shadows would fly out the roof. And I mean, it is very intense. I don't know how all the entities got there. I have no idea, but.
And you said, Tim,
I don't
that
think
this
we'll
is,
ever know it.
and you said, Tim, and
What's
maybe I said, and you said, and also, I'm not sure if I interpreted correctly. You said that there are still people that live there too.
It is a private residence. The hotel was bought shortly after we investigated there, and the last I knew, they're still living there. And there was rumor that may be going up for sale again. So as far as I know,
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have.
Wonder why is they're going to sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They may own it, but with with the things that I've been told about it, I don't think they live there.
Yeah, and that's possible. And
That's-
I will add a little bit across the road is the lake. And at the lake, if you go to certain places of the lake, they show areas of they claim that witchcraft is being done at the lake to this day. So
And
I don't know if that is-
it's not the good kind.
yeah, no. So I
So
don't know
I
if
was
that's
just going to ask you that too. I was going to say, in both of those locations, Brenda and Tim and Kayla, is there any water sources around those particular places?
Yep.
So the one that you went to, Tim, that Brenda did not, that had a lake across the street or across
A
the
lake right across there's a river that runs through, and they built a dam for the reservoir for the town. So there's a lake. Correct.
Okay. What about Brenda? That one that you were talking about? That's a
Nope,
residence?
sits
No?
right smack dab in the middle of town.
What about the Beaumont or Beaumont, Kayla?
Yeah, there's actually I wouldn't say it's a lake, but more like a big pond. Like I want to say probably maybe 1,000 yards away, something like that.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm doing my own research
Wow.
on water. And obviously, you guys know I talked to you about Parachaney and, the elementals that are around. And
Sure.
I encountered at the Palmer House a water elemental. And it was quite interesting that in the Palmer House was within about the same thing I'd say Kayla was talking about 1,000 yards away was Sauk Center Lake. And the water elemental was clearly from that lake, and it was specifically telling me that it won over fire. It literally was telling me that fire and water were literally battling each other, and the water element said, "I won." And when I was talking to, and you're probably aware, Dave Schrader bought the Palmer House last year and is managing and owning it.
Oh,
And
really?
I was talking to him about that, and he's like, "My basement is always wet all the time." I go, "Because you have a water table that goes directly underneath your building," and I said, "That's why your basement is always wet down there. The concrete is always wet." So this is kind of a research thing that all of a sudden I've kind of taken on in my own mind in the last couple of weeks, just trying to research like some of these hotels that have a lot of paranormal activity. Water is very close by to it, and water, as we know, is a conduit too. So I'm just kind of researching. So thank you guys for answering that question.
Absolutely.
Wow. So, Kayla, is there another place you would like to go to?
Well, actually,
Does that-
we're making a reservation for it. We're either going to go a weekend either next month in August or in September. But me, my mom, and our friend again plan on going to the very haunted Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh,
That'll be
oh,
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I've been
Cool.
there, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very
What
nice.
did you encounter
Wow.
anything, Chrissy, or feel anything?
When I was there, I actually just kind of like drove in the parking lot and just kind of looked to see,
Oh, okay.
because it was on our way to another state, so we just kind of drove by, but we didn't go in or nothing. But if you go outside in the parking lot and just kind of stand there, and it was probably like 6:30, something like that at night, you can feel a presence that's kind of like moving inside. But I don't know what kind of presence or anything. You want to stay for like maybe 15 minutes, and that was it.
Right.
So we had kids with us, so we didn't want to go in with the kids either.
Right. Yeah,
So.
exactly. Brenda, you said that, you haven't been in a hotel. What hotel would you like to go to?
I would go to the Crescent.
You would
For
do the
sure.
Crescent for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then another one is the Queen Mary. I want to go
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to go to the Queen Mary. And you know all about that because I remember the last time we talked. Did you go already, or is that still coming up?
Nope, it's still coming up. Yep, it's September 17th to the 20th. Yeah, so yeah. I know David Wells he's like, oh, I just watched a documentary on the Queen Mary. I'm like, don't you dare tell me a damn thing. I don't want to know.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that one definitely. Golly, what other one? Oh, I would like to go. I would like to go up to Estes Park because I want to go to the Stanley. Tim's been to the Stanley.
I would love to do that.
I want to go to that hotel too. That is on my bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In Colorado, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
Estes Park.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
I've
Oh yeah,
I've
it's
been to-
very big, beautiful.
yeah. I've been to Estes Park. We just didn't go up another 300 feet in elevation for me to see the Stanley, but yeah.
There was a hotel that, and it was called I think it's called the Antlers, and maybe you know that, Chrissy, from Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
It's called the Antlers.
We used to live
and
right. Yeah, we used to live in the Springs.
So that, and then there's that. Okay, so the gentleman that built that hotel he created a house. It's by the Garden of Gods. I can't think of the name of that building. But when I first walked into the Antlers, I remember seeing a gentleman, and he had a walking cane, and he had his timepiece, and he was like, he obviously was not of this era. He was looking at his timepiece and walking with his walking cane, which is more like a status symbol than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea who he was, but he was the one that built that hotel. And then later on, when I went to the house, again, I had no correlation between the two. He was the one that built the hotel and the house, and that house is where he lived. And he was in both locations. And I was like, so I talked to the tour guide. I'm like, who's the gentleman in this picture? She's like, well, that's the owner. And he built the Antlers Hotel. And I'm like, oh, duh. So if you ever want to go to Colorado Springs, that hotel, there's quite a bit of activity in that hotel I picked up on as well.
And
Nice.
they even have a wellness center by it now. We went there one time and just me and some friends and just had a whole day of, wellness, healthcare and stuff. And yeah, but it's not too far from it. So, but it is a pretty hotel too. It is. It's really old and it has that restaurant feel to it.
Right.
Correct.
Correct.
So yeah, it's a nice hotel.
I just wish I could.
And I went to the
that
Spalding
house.
Inn in New Hampshire. I can't think where it was now. The one that Jason Hawes and Grant was always doing business there, the Spalding Inn. And it's a very nice hotel. A lot of activities, especially on the second and third floor, that mostly with toys. Little kids was there, and they will throw stuff across the hallway. My little granddaughter was 9 months at the time, and she just had a blast playing with those kids.
Oh, how cool!
But it's a nice one. Yes. Yeah. And the Stanley, yes, the Stanley is very big and beautiful. There's a lot of doors that's always shutting on you. You do see like somebody coming down the stairs sometimes. You would see a lot of apparitions and everything. We've been during the daytime, well, kind of like towards early evening, and you can stay there. We didn't get to stay there; it was all filled up because it fills up pretty fast. But that's a place that you can go to, like you said, Brenda. That would be on a bucket list. Everybody wants to go there.
Cool.
It's called Glen Erie Castle, and you actually can stay there. It's Glen and then Erie, Eyrie Castle.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful.
It is.
Oh my God! And I mean, it's built in a valley.
Mhm.
You have that beautiful red rock mountain, basically, that just, I mean, you're in like, it's secluded, totally
Mhm.
secluded mountain all the way around you. There's one way in and one way out, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked it up and I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, yeah, that's gorgeous.
Absolutely stunning. And there's a very small amount of rooms that they have, but it's right by the Garden of the Gods, and you pass by that to get to the Glen Erie Castle.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, that's a
Cool.
bucket list item I want to stay at. I did the tour. I just want to stay there.
I'd love to go to Garden of the Gods. I've yet to go to Garden of the Gods. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, we were going to go do that, and then we
It's
decided it was so busy that we went to the castle instead.
It's a place. Garden of the Gods is a very magical place. It's just filled with nature, and you could just feel the Native American, just the presence there and everything. And yeah, you get lost in the beauty of it.
I bet.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Our
Yeah.
teammate Tonya went out there 2 years ago, and she actually has pictures. It was one that I showed on our page when I was introducing the team. She is sitting there feeding the chipmunks, ground squirrels, quinnies, whatever you call them. They're like on her lap, and she's literally just sitting there feeding them. It was so beautiful.
Oh wow. It's like a mystical place then.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you would see a lot of creatures.
Cool.
You would see a lot of creatures there. Even elk. Elk would come down that far. Usually they stay in Estes Park, but sometimes you see a lot of elk down there. What else? Caribou. Yeah, you see caribou, deer,
Ooh.
and yeah, some bears too. So I mean, I wouldn't go out there after dark
Yeah.
because that's where like bobcats would come out or anything.
Okay.
There are some snakes out there, especially this time of year, and
No,
a snake can reach up to 6 feet. So
nope.
Ouch.
you
there's
wanted
no
to
snake.
be very careful. Always carry something out there. Carry a gun because it's a carry-our state. So yeah, you have to carry a gun in case you see a snake,
Yeah.
especially.
Mm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
More work. Outline.
Yeah, mountain lion. Yeah, my husband says mountain lions. We used to live out there for 8-9 years, and we used to have bobcats that would come in our yard sometimes in the backyard, and our dogs would go crazy over it. So, yeah, we saw there was a mountain lion, a baby mountain lion that climbed on top of a privacy fence, and just kind of sat there between a branch and the fence, was kind of his body across there, and we didn't know what to do because so I just took a pot and pan and kind of scared him
Bang
away.
the pot and pan, yeah.
Right.
It always worked for bears, so it worked for him too. He been on the other side. Yeah, but it's beautiful out there, and there's a lot of hauntings, a lot of ghost towns out there too. So it's a
cool.
good place to go, even ghost hunting, whether you're experienced or not. It's really fun.
It's definitely like the Old West.
Yeah,
Even in modern times.
yeah, it's definitely like the Wild West. That's for sure. My husband said. There's also a hotel down by Dodge City. I don't know if anybody ever. I can't think of the name of it, but has anybody ever been around Dodge City?
Yes. Yes.
Dodge
Like
City, Kansas.
a few times.
You have.
It's only a couple hours from where I live.
Do you know the hotel?
Oh,
Oh, is it? So do you know the hotel I'm talking about? I can't
I
think of the
don't.
name of it. I have to look
I'm
it
gonna
up
look it up.
here.
I don't think so. I've never heard of it, and I've never been.
Now that's been years ago since I've been down there. Probably back in the 80s, probably it's like actually the late 70s. So I might not even been there. I mean, it might not be there now. I mean,
I'm just getting, well, there's the Wyatt Earp Hotel. I don't
There's
know.
the Doghouse Hotel.
Huh.
I think it was White Herb. I'm not for sure. That was
Wyatt
back in
Earp
the late
Hotel?
70s.
Let's see.
But I know there was a lot of like cowboys. There was a lot of cowboys that was
Sure.
killed there, I guess you can say.
Near Boot
Uh,
Hill
I have to
Museum
look
and
it up.
Boot Hill Casino.
See.
I went to the Boot Hill Museum once.
How was that?
It was near
Uh,
Boot Hill.
oh my gosh, the Boot Hill Museum was such a wonderful place. Really
It
was.
has to be, that has to be the Wyatt Earp Hotel then, because it's right by what Kayla was saying, the Boot Hill Museum
Sure.
and Casino.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wyatt Earp, yeah.
Boot
Interesting.
Hill.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Bucket list. There we go.
Yeah.
Write it down.
I think we've been there, but every month.
It's growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
list is like
Yeah.
this long.
Yeah.
For
We have
sure.
like, yeah, we have like a 250-gallon bucket now.
Really?
Yeah. I think we all do as paranormal investigators. We all have these little, they're like, you got to like balance it out, you know, two
Yeah.
buckets. It's like one 250 and one 250. It's 500 gallons, you know?
Yeah.
a haunted
exactly.
location I would love to go to someday that my mom and I both want to go to. It's called Trans Allegheny Lunatic
Oh, yeah.
Asylum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bucket list. Yes.
Yeah.
That's up there on the bucket list. That's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Trans Allegheny.
We have a hotel in Jerome. I've been trying to convince my husband to
Tim
go
has
to.
it all
Yeah.
sorted out. What's 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been to Jerome, Arizona, and drove past that hotel. So
The Grand
Yeah.
Hotel. It used
Yep.
to be a hospital, so
yeah.
you know, I took him to Bisbee, and we did a Gretchen Badaducci. I'm a friend of hers. She did a séance, so I went down to her house in Bisbee and did the séance with her. And so I was trying to explain to him, you know, Bisbee and Jerome are very similar to one another. And we were in a haunted hotel. Go figure. And it was a brothel. There you go, Brenda, Tim, another brothel. And the miners would frequent there. And so he had a little experience there. So now he's kind of like, well, I don't know that I really want to go to Jerome and stay at that Grand Hotel. If it was anything like that little hotel we stayed in Bisbee. And I'm like, oh, come on, suck it up, Buttercup. Let's pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can do
There
this.
you go. Yeah.
Has anyone ever heard of the Clown Motel?
Yes. My
Has anyone
husband
ever been
threatened-
there?
I haven't, but he's threatened
Oh.
to take me there when we go to Tahoe, because we usually go to Tahoe every other year. And so he's like, we usually stay at the Best Western, which is next door to that cemetery, which is next
Yep.
door to the Clown Motel. So he keeps
Yep,
threatening.
yep.
I don't know. I have an aversion to clowns, so I don't know that I can stay in that hotel.
Yeah.
I am with you.
Terrified of
We
clowns.
would have to be like totally in the same room, hugging each other, going, I don't know. Clowns freak me out. So
Yeah, same here. Clowns freak me out too. Ugh.
We did an investigation a few weeks ago, and in the upstairs, she has a clown room, and they're the big animatronic clowns. And then
No.
she took a mannequin and turned it into a clown,
Clown.
and that one is freakier than the animatronics.
Okay.
And the
Ugh.
whole night, I am just waiting for these things to
Yeah.
turn on.
Yeah.
With no electricity, I'm waiting
Yeah.
for them to turn on all
Yeah.
night.
And they're not just not regular clowns; they're killer clowns.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or evil clown. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. So
Nope.
If you guys ever get a chance, I don't know if the hotel still does it, but if you're in Las Vegas, go to the Westgate Hotel. It's the old Elvis Hilton Hotel. They have theme rooms. And so I did do the theme room, which was the Halloween room, which was really well done. It's a suite. It's like a 2-bedroom suite with a little bar kitchenette type kind of idea. You can't really cook in there. It's more like a bar type thing with a sink and everything. But they had it all decked out in Edgar Allan Poe, but they did have the animatronic It clown. And
Oh,
that thing
cool.
that thing did not turn on the entire time. We did not realize that it actually was animatronic until the very last day. We were sitting there watching television, and the next thing you know, that thing starts going off. I jumped about 10 feet in the air, and I'm like, it's time to check out now.
Pennywise is creepy.
Yes, it was. So then my husband's like, how did this turn on? I'm like, I don't know, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Was it the original Pennywise or the updated Pennywise?
Is the updated Pennywise.
No.
That was way creepier.
Yes.
Bill Skarsgård's version.
Yeah.
And you open up one of
Yes.
the little closets for the guest room that you could put your clothes in, and there's this clown going like this to you.
Oh.
And I'm like, ah!
That's
Yeah.
So they did a really good job. Like you walk into the master bathroom, the main suite bathroom, and you open the draperies up and there's a severed leg hanging down,
Oh,
They
cool.
did a great job on the room, definitely. But they have all these different themed rooms that you can rent out now. So the Christmas room, the Halloween
cool.
room, there's the wedding room, I think they had a dog room, it was all decked out in dogs and stuff. So, I mean, it's a very interesting concept. And yet that room it's black. I mean, jet black. You can't put makeup on in that room. You can't see anything. The light is totally absorbed into the walls. It's like you're going. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, I definitely think you guys should try it. It is a pretty cool room.
That would be.
I would do the Christmas room.
That
So
one was
Brenda and
really
Tim,
fun.
before we leave for the evening, what are the new adventures you guys will be on for the rest of the year?
We have an investigation coming up this Saturday at Old Mercy Hospital. We have Victorian View and Sleeper Mortuary in August. September, we have Museums of Lost Souls. October, we go do the historic Fremont County Jail. That'll be on Halloween.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And then in November, there's a new project that's coming up that we're working on, and we're trying to get, it's set in stone, like it's going to be done. We just got to get everything situated. But it'll be a public ghost hunt. So
Yep.
you'll just have to stick around for
Good.
that information for when it comes out.
Nice. Very fun.
Yes.
Awesome. Great.
What
Well,
about
I
you,
want to say
Kayla?
thank you everyone for coming on. And Kayla, we have to have you back again when you go to the other hotel that
For
your
sure.
mom is going to go to.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you can tell us the adventures you have.
Mhm.
For sure.
And everybody jump on over to YouTube for the Paranormal Gurlz and Tim. Check them out. Check our channel out. Subscribe to both. Share and like. And stay spooky, everybody. So
Thank
blessings to everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, Kayla.
Bye.
Bye.